for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. That counter shot lands. Lucky that hook didn't score. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Looks like he's going to try and bait his opponent here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
And he scores with the counter. This fighter focuses on those long, straight punches, staying on the outside, and winning round after round.
These are my kind of fights. Boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matchball.
Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
So he's going to taunt here. I don't know if that's the wisest strategy. As it is in most heavyweight fights, don't blink, because one big shot and this thing could be over. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. This is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something. Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Can't find a home with that jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Solid punch. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen this.
There's the bell for round 4. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
That counter punch caught him clean. Nothing like a little taunting to get your opponent riled up. They threw the hook. It didn't land. Apparently hitting his opponent in the face isn't enough. He wants to rub it in. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Decided he's going to taunt his opponent now. Oh, and this is really going to rub him the wrong way. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell. There's the bell to start round 5. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out.
I got to stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Can you imagine if he knocks out Joe Frazier? Frazier finally answering back.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Swing and a miss with the left hook. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Ooh, that really affected Floyd there. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. That could never happen.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Desperation mode here, gonna need a knockout. Here we go in the 6th round. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Well done with that counter shot. That uppercut just missed. Oh, and now they're just rubbing it in. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. You'd like to see more jabs. Is Frazier in trouble? Good defense from Frazier.
Bing Days now needs to steady the pace.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the score. And there's the bell for round 7. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Floyd Patterson is on the canvas. We knew his chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4. Can you continue?
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Misses with the jab. Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
Not the best start, Bob. You know what? The cornermen now, it's down to them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Beautiful counter shot. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
This can be so frustrating. And you're such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
He's dominating him, and he's going to let him know all about it. It looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Let's see how the game plan changes after that. And we enter the 8th round. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
So much for being a good sport here. They're going to taunt. Fantastic. You up. Clearly his opponent was too much for him, and he's thrown in the towel.